Welcome to lesson one of learning the no BS mentality. Today's lesson, the wall between dreams and action. Okay? All of you guys have dreams. Not all of you are going to actually take action on those dreams. Okay? My goal here today is to get you guys to take action on those dreams and goals. Okay? We're going to break this down. All right? Here's you right now, and here's your dreams. Okay? Maybe it's get rich. Maybe it's get in shape. Maybe it's something else like traveling. All right. Hopefully it's one of these two though. Okay. We're gonna get along a lot better. Okay. Here's a version of you that took action. Okay. You got some biceps now. All right. You got a little money. All right. Between this version of you and this version is this massive wall. All right. And supporting this wall, your excuses, your lack of discipline, your surroundings, the people you surround yourself with, and fear. Okay. Today's episode, we're gonna go through all of these. We're gonna break them down, and we're gonna teach you how to break down this wall. Starting with excuses. What are excuses? All right, they're deflections of responsibility. Okay, they're not real, they're made up. Okay, you are deflecting the responsibility of why you can't get started onto something else that just does not matter. Okay, these are the most common excuses that I've found for why people won't get started. Okay, starting with, I don't have the time. Okay, look, we're all busy, we all have responsibilities. And even though responsibilities are real, I guarantee you, all of you make time for the things that you prioritize. Okay, time spent on entertainment, social media, clubbing. Okay, all that time can be reallocated. Okay, the fact is one focused hour per day can create meaningful progress over time. Okay, in order to make your dreams come true, you got to make sacrifices. If you don't, you're going to stay average. Reason number two, I don't have the money. Okay, this is especially common in business and fitness related goals. All right, many people think that you need significant resources to begin. All right, in reality, there are countless ways to start with little or no money. Okay, exercise can begin at home, learning can begin online. Okay, progress does not require perfection, it requires a starting point. Those are the two most common. And look, there's a million other excuses that people come up with for why they can't get started, and I can't possibly go through all of them. So we're simply going to skip to how do we stop making excuses? Okay, it's really simple. Everything is your fault. All right, if you have that mindset, you will stop making excuses. If everything is your fault, you can't push the blame onto anything else. Okay, it is your fault you haven't taken action. All right, that's just the fact. All right, moving on. Next up, we got lack of discipline. Okay, this is a big one because all of you guys are probably undisciplined and all of you guys are probably lazy, and that's why you guys haven't taken action towards your goals yet. Okay, and it's not because you lack motivation. Okay, nobody's motivated. All right, in fact, motivation is a myth. Okay, I want you guys to get that through your head. Okay, nobody worked 12 hours a day to start $1 million business because they were motivated every day to do that. Okay, they did it because they were disciplined. All right, nobody goes to the gym every single day because they're motivated to go to the gym every single day. Okay, they do it because they're disciplined. Okay, you're gonna feel unmotivated, you're gonna feel tired, and you're gonna feel defeated. Okay, and not working towards your goals because of those things is because you're undisciplined and because you're lazy. Okay, because if you're disciplined, you would get shit done and you would take action regardless of how you feel. Okay, because how you feel won't matter. Okay, things need to be done, especially as a man. Okay, and we'll talk about how to build discipline, but we're gonna save that for a lesson of its own. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the people you surround yourself with. Okay, because the people you surround yourself with affect you and your ability to take action on your goals. Okay, you need to ask yourself: are you surrounding yourself with losers? Or are you surrounding yourself with winners? Because a lot of you surround yourself with losers, okay? You surround yourself with people that make excuses for everything, are lazy, find every reason to party, are broke, etc., etc., okay? And the hardest thing about these people is they're probably people that you're really close with, have known for a long time. Maybe they're people that you love, all right? Family members, friends, okay? And look, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you to ghost these people, okay? Or completely cut them off. But what you do need to do is you need to monitor your relationship with these people and understand how they're affecting you in your daily life and your ability to achieve your dreams and your goals, okay? And you cannot let them drag you into their own shitty, meaningless lives. All right, last but not least, we have fear, okay? Probably one of the most important things I've talked about so far, okay? Look, we're all afraid, okay? But we either learn how to deal with it or we let it dictate our lives, okay? And you need to decide, okay? Now, what are we afraid of, okay? A big one is failure, okay? All of you guys think failure is the opposite of success, but in reality, it's part of the process, okay? Every failure, all right, you are gaining experience, all right, and you're gaining direction for improvement and gaining direction towards your goals, okay? Every failure, you're one step closer to success, okay? The next one, what others think, okay? A lot of you are way too concerned with what people think about you, okay? But you need to understand, okay? For one, most people are focused on themselves, okay? In the end of the day, nobody cares, okay? But what's important here, okay? We need to create a mindset that is superior to everyone around you, okay? This is going to sound shitty, but everyone around you are NPCs living in the matrix, okay? You're different, okay? You have escaped the matrix in your mind. You are better than everyone else. Who gives a shit what they think about you, okay? You do you. Go reach your goals. Go reach your dreams, okay? Lastly, being broke, okay? A lot of people are worried about just going for it and ending up broke and not being able to afford anything, okay? And because of that, you seek stability, okay? And when you seek stability, you are limiting your potential, okay? And for the most part, seeking short term stability equals long term consequences, okay? How to help with that? Learn risk management over avoiding risk entirely, all right? Moving on. All right, in conclusion, the wall between dreams and action is not permanent, okay? It is constructed by patterns of your behavior. All right, let's break down what we talked about today. Everything is your fault. Replace excuses with ownership. Motivation is a myth. Rely on discipline, not motivation. All right, adjust your surroundings. Surround yourself with winners, not losers. Finally, confront fear with action, not avoidance. Okay, progress does not require perfection, it requires consistency. Okay, the version of you that achieves your goals is not fundamentally different. It simply acts despite the obstacles that stop most people. All right, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.